Pooh Shiesty has been one of the biggest rappers in the music industry so far into 2021. Everyone's been loving him and his music, but sadly, there are some things that are going on behind the scenes with Pooh Shiesty that could literally ruin his music career any single day now, and this is due to his ongoing court cases. This is very serious and also pretty concerning for Pooh Shiesty, and today I will be sharing all of the exclusive court information on Pooh Shiesty that could have him sentenced to life in lockup. So make sure you guys watch this video all the way until the end, as this is a very serious one. Now, Pooh Shiesty is a rapper from Memphis with a pretty scary background, currently being signed to Atlantic Records under Gucci Mane's 1017 label. This was a way to get out of the streets and to focus on creating a life for himself. Even with becoming a very successful rapper and making millions upon millions of dollars, this still has not made Pooh Shiesty change in any single way. Back in October, Pooh Shiesty was involved in an incident that took place out in Florida's Bay Harbor Island area. Allegedly, Pooh Shiesty and his friends from his group Choppa G came to this parking lot in an all-green McLaren, picking up some stuff alongside some Jordans. Things did not go as planned, as allegedly Pooh Shiesty tried to rob these items instead of paying for them off of the seller. That's when things ended up breaking out. Pooh Shiesty ended up sticking 2 men on these dudes. That's when one of the sellers had to end up being rushed to get some emergency help. All while Pooh Shiesty ended up escaping the scene in his all-green McLaren. But later that day, Pooh Shiesty ended up getting taken into lockup for this incident. He then, a few hours later, ended up getting bailed out, then escaped the entire state on a private jet, which is absolutely crazy to hear, as he was not allowed to leave the state, but he ended up doing it anyway. Now, while on the come up, Pooh Shiesty was getting called out from a lot of people from the streets, which is allegedly why this entire situation even happened in the first place. As you're probably wondering why Pooh Shiesty, if he was literally driving an all-green McLaren with a huge music deal, why didn't he just pay for these items and Jordans? And well, apparently it wasn't even about the Jordans and the items. It was to still prove to the people back in the streets that he is still about that type of lifestyle, even with becoming a very successful rapper, as this was very important to Pooh Shiesty and a lot of his team members, as a lot of people thought that he was getting soft and wasn't about it anymore, and allegedly he did this so then he can prove that everyone is wrong. But make sure you continue watching, as I'm now about to share how this case could probably leave Pooh Shiesty getting sentenced to life. Now, Pooh Shiesty has multiple run-ins with the law. This is not the first time that he has ever had issues with them, but this is a very important case, as it did leave 1 to 2 people getting rushed to the emergency. And I've actually may have forgot to mention this earlier, but do you guys remember that parking lot that this all happened in? Well, right across the street was an actual police station. This is how Pooh Shiesty ended up getting caught in the first place, as his all-green McLaren getaway car is pretty noticeable on the streets. But due to how serious this case is, someone could have passed, and this could end up going to court as an attempted case on Pooh Shiesty, which will turn it into a very serious one. The one good thing that's currently going for Pooh Shiesty is that he was not the one who did this act towards these men, but allegedly he did put the guys on them, which could make him a part of it in a big way, which is pretty upsetting, as I pray that nothing bad happens to Pooh Shiesty, as I do believe he has the talent to become one of the biggest rappers in the industry. But currently, it is pretty hard to guess what is going to happen. But if you look at a lot of online sources and very trusted sources online, A lot of people discuss the fact that Pooh Shiesty's background and where he came from, and currently what street teams that he's involved in, and his prior incidences with the law enforcement. Having a court case being this serious, this could honestly end his music career, as apparently law enforcement in the US are starting to make things a little bit more strict on what's currently going on. We could see things with people that are involved with street teams, like people in Memphis, Chicago, New York, literally the list goes on. We could see people that are involved with street teams and they end up, doing time and breaking the law. We could see law enforcement now start being a little bit harder on them, as I don't know how up to date everyone is watching this video, but a lot of the street things that go on in the US are starting to get worse and worse by the day. And not to mention, it's pretty common that sometimes when a rapper is in a court case, law enforcement like to use them as examples to show the rest of the population just how serious breaking the law could be. As when a rapper is in a court case, it's usually one of the top things that's going on in the world. So having a rapper of Pooh Shiesty's level in a serious court case like this one, he could end up being used as an example, which will end up showing all of the people that are living the street type of lifestyle to not be messing around like they have been, and to be a bit cleaner and not be doing stuff that is so terribly bad. And not to mention, it would be a pretty big shame if Pooh Shiesty ends up doing a couple years in lockup for this, or maybe even more, just because his music career just started taking off, and with the way that he has been creating music, I think that he will be one of the biggest rappers in the world within the next few months. Currently he already is on the charts with a couple of songs, but due to his flow and just how different of a rapper that he is, we could see Pooh Shiesty reach even higher levels of fame, and maybe even one day get a Drake feature or somebody else. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you guys think that Pooh Shiesty will be getting a pretty long lockup sentence for this? Or do you think that he'll get lucky and maybe be given a warning? I'm very curious to know, as I honestly kind of believe he will be getting a pretty long sentence, which could end up ruining his music career. And also, if you guys would like more Pooh Shiesty videos, make sure you guys let me know down below in the comments, as I'm trying to make videos about different rappers in the industry and try to make things a little bit more new for everybody watching. Anyways, it has been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace. Also, if you're watching up to this point, comment down below saying I love District Trending, as I'm curious to know who watches the entire video.